Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, non-binary findies, and hellions of all walks of life. My name is Javante, and you are here at Wanderer's Haven, one of the best places to be if you want to see a menagerie of tabletop role-playing games and a lot of the best role players around the world. I am your DM for today, Javante, also known as Crimson Snake. Um, we are going to be running a Star Wars 5e one-shot for the Trevor Project, an amazing charity that has been very good to support the mental health of a lot of BIPOC as well as a lot of other people around the world. Uh, as this is a charity project, donating $5 or more to the charity will give my lovable players here a bit of advantage on tonight's session, which they will probably need as the realm of Star Wars is dangerous and full of horrors. Um, Before we get started on our game, allow me to introduce our lovable cast, starting with Lou.
Hi, sorry, I was muted. I was muted. Hello, I'm Lou. Do you want me to introduce who I'll be playing, or just myself? Or
Go ahead and introduce who you're playing as well.
I'm Lou. I'll be playing Sable Crew, a Cathar pirate. They're quick with a gun and not with much else.
Calamity. Oop, they froze. There we go. You are back. I think. Calamity, would you like to introduce yourself? Every time I say their name, they freeze. We'll go with Sundance for now. Sundance, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hey, um, I'm Sid. I'm Sundance Sid. You can find me on the interwebs at _Sundance Sid just about everywhere. And today I'll be playing Olimar Prezar. How did I decide to pronounce that? Yeah, Prezar. And I hit things. Yeah, I hit things. Olimar Prezar, Delveronian smuggler, and I hit things. That's the introduction. Is Calamity back? I can keep talking.
Oh, I think
I'm back.
Sweet. Calamity, would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. Today I'm Calamity. My pronouns are she, they, and today I'm playing Thessathal or Thesfel, who is a Nautilin engineer.
And with our cast introduced, we are going to drift right in as the scene opens with a shot of a bit of a hazy star scene just above the spaceports of what seems to be a thriving and bustling city. For a moment, the audience might be confused as to thinking that this is Coruscant. It has to be. There's too many skylines, too much life and buildings surrounding the area. But as the camera continues to drift down and we see the grime that seems to cover this place, we come to find that this is not, in fact, the haven of the Republic, but rather the wretched hive of scum and villainy that we have come to know as Droman Kos. Not Droman Kos, my bad. Nar Shaddaa. That's my bad. I got my Star Wars planets confused. Nar Shaddaa, also known as the Smuggler's Moon, is a Hutt-controlled planet, a city-wide planet that is predominantly covered by sweeping buildings and cantinas. Everything that can produce money covers this city. Along the streets, various different races mingle and commingle with one another. Jawas trading with massive Trandoshans as they swap parts from droids and other items back and forth. Guards of various sizes try to move other civilians along to prevent them from loitering around certain areas. At a very large cantina where the sound of music can be heard blasting out even through the closed metallic doors. A rather heavily tattooed individual with the leku of a Twi'lek, but the strange distinctive appearance of a much more muscular and defined guard seems to peek up from where they were sitting, noticing the arrival of apparently somewhat of importance, glances behind them and then gestures as they hit a button on the side and another bit of metallic doors opens. The smell of a dense, almost sickly sweet smoke drifting out of it. He's waiting for you. Come on in. As this Twi'lek stands and begins to guide, I'm going to roll a die, and we're going to see who they are leading in first. Calamity, would you like to describe your character's appearance for us and kind of how they're reacting to the scene as they're being led into the uh, this inner sanctum? It seems.
Yeah. So Fest is a sort of short, like maybe like 5'3", 5'2", Nautilin, and they have bluish green skin, wide eyes, and say they probably have some goggles on their head. They've got a belt with like a bunch of tools hanging off, and yeah, I think as they're coming in, they're just sort of like looking around. They don't really say anything. They just follow whoever's leading them in.
As this Twi'lek continues to lead them, a couple other individuals pass by, including a very heavily armored bounty hunter who, as they turn, you get the guise of an almost Mandalorian-esque helmet to them, but too many modifications show that they aren't necessarily part of the Mandalorian sect. They give a look up and down before continuing to walk as the Twi'lek starts to rattle off specific rules. Only speak to the hut when you're spoken to. The hut will only speak in Huttese. You can address the translator for any questions you might have. We will check your weapons prior to speaking to them. Do not attempt to open fire on the hut. You will be fired at. You know the rules as well as I do.
Yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Got it.
If you are requiring of anything that is in the need of further translation from the hut, just let me know prior to that. There are no real negotiations on the table at this time, but after the mission is done, if there was any complications, you can bring it up with the bookie, and they'll see if they can, get you fixed up on that front.
Are you my translator?
No. Drexy will be translating for us.
Okay.
And as he leads you into what appears to be a rather large lobby, we see our other two companions. Let's go with Lou. Would you like to give us a character description? You're muted.
Went the wrong way with that. Sable Crew is a Cathar, which is a very cat-like, more so liney features. Tall, slender, moves quite fluidly, wearing quite light armor, but also looking a little distracted. No, not really focused on what's in front. And people who know him know that he's looking around thinking about what he can steal and actively fighting the urge to steal everything.
And go ahead.
Yeah, he's light. He appears to be very lightly armed for comparative to everyone around him. It doesn't look like he has much on him in the way of weaponry.
And currently being checked over by a small, sort of innocent-looking Togrutan. Sundance, would you like to describe your character?
All right, unmuted. So Ollie is about a 6 foot tall Deveronian, blood rust skin, horns. The left one is cracked at the tip. Basically just looks like a Western outlaw type. Well, not outlaw type, but more Western. So think Mal Reynolds, Nathan Fillion's character from Firefly, long duster, a couple bandoliers, empty bandoliers right now, since I'm assuming, they wouldn't just let me walk into this meeting with 43 grenades strapped to my chest. And just armed, as much arms as they let me just walk in with weaponry.
As the Togrutan places the last grenade into a heavily, like, a very lined metallic box, like gingerly places the grenade there, and then sets the box to the side.
Careful of those.
It's not my first time handling a grenade. I'll be careful. His Eminence will see you all now. As the Togrutan bows their head and gestures to the very large, ornately designed door, which pops open. Seated at a massive semi-lounge couch is a very large hut. Their body is painted in this very almost like light purple, very royal looking color. Actually equally gold paint lining up each of the ridges of their stomach. On both of their stubby hands are a series of large rings, especially for a hut. Around their neck is a very constricting cape and collar, with on the back displaying the symbol of this hut in specific. Seated in front of them on a much smaller, more ergonomic chair of sorts, you see another Togrutan. They are a little older than the smaller one. A scar going down from the top of their forehead down the left side of their face. You see them sort of just counting something on a small sheet. They flip it over, start counting again. Look up to address the people coming in, sets it down, sort of straightens himself out a little bit. Oh, it took you all a while. Welcome to the halls of the eminent Nimra the Hutt. And I'll be your translator, Drek V.
We can't speak unless we're spoken to, right?
I lean over to my two compatriots and I go, if I speak right now, will they shoot me?
Probably.
Because they said that we can't talk to them unless they talk to us. So does this count as them talking to us?
Yeah, that was more of an introduction than we weren't asked
that didn't
like a
feel
question.
Yeah.
The hut kind of lets out this just. Nimra thanks you all for coming on such short notice. Kind of like see this moment where Dregby seems to think about how they want to translate the next part of what they said. This is very important business to him, which means it'll be a good opportunity for you all, as long as you succeed, of course. She thinks for a second. You all are familiar with the task of smuggling goods, I assume.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's an item of importance here that we want to get off of here and onto a much, thinks for a moment, safer location. We're looking to smuggle an item away from here and place it. Just kind of like debates on how to exactly word this. To place it into the more secure hands on the planet of Tatooine. For this, the Honorable Nimro is willing to grant you all a pay advance. And on completion, you will receive the rest of the funds. Rules for this are simple. Make sure that the item in question gets to Tatooine relatively unscathed. Outside of that, do with the trip as you need. The item just needs to get to Tatooine, and preferably as fast as you all can manage it.
Ask them how big it is.
How big is it?
It should fit on the ship just fine. It shouldn't take up too much space.
See if we can get like a small, medium, large, extra large, maybe like a...
Kind of the waivers on how to answer that. Small.
That's all I need to know.
Is it a thing or?
We'll
Hey,
go.
you know what? You know what's great? We don't need to know that.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
you know.
Yeah, I thought about it while I was asking. I was like, you know what?
Exactly.
Yeah.
All you need to know is that the item itself is important. Important enough that this pay advance is more so for easing tension on the next thing I'm going to tell you. This item in question is of grave importance to us, partially because it's of grave importance to the Empire. As soon as it is off the hands of our smugglers, Moon, honestly, the better it is for Nimra and myself. We'd rather not have more eyes on us than we already would like. Make what pit stops you need to make, but be aware that as much as we have tried to keep it a secret, some things are harder for us to hide from certain eyes than other things.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you got it.
The item is being kept safe and secure in a local warehouse not too far from here. Retrieve it there, head back to your ship, and head out as fast as you can. She gestures over as a kind of a scrawny human picks up a small data sheet and as well a rather hefty-looking lockbox, which they rush over and like look between the three and like look to see who they want to hand it to. Like,
yeah. Let me give me the box.
hands over the lockbox and the data sheet. Data sheet does show the location of the warehouse in question.
Data sheet. I just hold the box.
Yep.
I give Fest the data sheet.
The lockbox rattles. You can tell that there's a lot of credits in there.
Yeah, I just hold it up to my hand. All right.
Pretty.
60% given already. The other 40 will be given after the item is delivered.
Okay. I think we need. Where do we know who we're meeting? Where we're taking exactly? Like you gave us a planet, but
On the sheet.
oh, it's all on the sheet.
I don't know. Maybe. I haven't read it yet.
Is it?
Once you land on Tatooine, we'll be able to contact you all who exactly you'll be meeting to drop off the item in question.
So we don't know until we get there. Okay, all right.
Much safer for you and the person involved.
Hey, not complaining, just getting all the the data and the facts and everything together.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Nimra thanks you for not asking too many hard questions.
Yep. In this line of work, you learn. The less you know, the better.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Feel free to
know where to put the ship.
Feel free to take your leave whenever you would like. As far as where to park the ship when you land on Tatooine, the typical spaceport near Jabba's palace should suffice.
That's all I need. Let's go. And literally just turns around, starts walking.
I turn around and then I stop, turn back around. Can I get my stuff?
Of course, feel free to retrieve your goods once you leave.
I look at the box. I look at my stuff. I look back at the box. Sable, can you grab my stuff?
I actually have so much stuff to grab out of this box. I really cannot. And then you see a Sable goes into the box. They pull out like 8 daggers, a bunch of holdout pistols, a couple of wrist blasters. They just have weapons hidden all over their body. And if we'd seen the scene of them loading off their weapon, it would have been that trope of just 5 minutes of pulling weapons out of pockets, from behind their back, from their shoulders. And I'm just like, I gotta put all of these things back in the right spots. I'm gonna be here for. You guys might want to go get like lunch or something. This is gonna take a good like 20 minutes.
Yeah, I put down the box, go over and grab like 6 bandoliers and like holsters and stuff. Just strap them on. My utility belts and everything. Streamlined. I told you about this. You gotta just have everything.
I gotta put. They can't click. If they click with each other or they make rattle, people will hear me moving around. And I like to move quietly. I like to move quickly. I can't be walking around making a bunch of noise.
As this conversation is happening, for the fun of it, Calamity, could you give me a perception check?
This is a 14.
You hear a whirring noise, as if there's a repulsors kind of going off that allows something that can't really walk to float around. You kind of prick up a little bit, and as you look, you can see what appears to be a small, just floating droid sort of drift past the room, stop. You see half of its body turn, the sort of camera like turn to look. It turns again and just continues to float by.
Did Did it look at me?
It
like,
looked over
particularly?
to sort of where the group is in specific, just kind of like stops, turns, seems to like track like that's other motion, keeps going.
Okay.
It's a small black, very round droid just floating around.
So Thess had a blaster pistol and a dire sword. So that's all she needed. So she's like ready to go. So I think actually she kind of might wander after it.
After the droid,
Uh-huh.
uh, you two
As
begin
they're
to
talking.
kind of begin to follow where the droid is going. You see it move along, like weaves its way through the cantina group, until it finds itself at a small corner of the room where there's just a single solo table set up. You see its body fold in and it drops onto the table as a little disc. As you see somebody reach out, take a hold of it, and kind of pull it closer towards them.
Who is this person?
See kind of how they look. They are wearing a black cloak. They have the hood pulled down, kind of exposing their face, which is a equally very tattooed looking face. From the left side up, as sort of like a half circle there, and then another all the way down the right side. They appear human. There are parts and pieces of their skin that appear discolored, not in the sense of vitiligo, but almost as if this part has fallen off and has instead been recolored in some fashion. Where there's pale skin, then there's these deep red marks, and then pale skin again. You kind of see them run their fingers against the top of the droid's chassis, and as they do, you hear another clicking noise, and this hollow image appears of what they were initially looking at, and you just kind of see them watching the data screen.
Am I close enough to be able to see what's on the data screen without being noticed?
If you're trying to not be noticed, I would say give me a stealth roll. You can see it, but not being noticed is the hard part.
I can try. I can certainly try. How do I know, by the way, what my advantages are? Or my proficiencies are, I mean?
Your proficiencies. Either should be listed via your class or your species, or both.
Both.
Oh,
Both.
Class,
Both.
species,
Class and species should give you your
And
proficiencies.
and
background will
whatever
give you some
And
as well.
background.
background, everything like that.
gosh, so they're all in here somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm. Okay. Oh no, that's just somewhere. Okay, it's just +2 then. Ooh, that's 18.
I would say that you're in enough of the crowded cantina that they can't really notice you. On the hologram that you're looking at, they're simply just looking at the recording from the droid. They're watching them a while ago, as you can see that the droid's been recording since essentially they appear to have landed onto the planet itself. And they're just looking through. This droid's apparently been just exploring the city. You see it from the camera viewpoint. They're like looking into each individual building, up to where they were looking through the cantina for things. It's a very disinterested look on this human's face as they're watching.
I have anything that'll help me anymore here, so
I would say if you want to get an idea of what this person is or what they're necessarily looking for, I would say maybe give me a history check.
What's history under?
Does it have history?
Let me
That's
look.
lore.
I said
Oh, and
lore. I guess
That
lore.
would make sense.
Lore,
I should
yeah.
have guessed that.
I think it has history.
That would make sense. Ooh, that is a 22.
A bit of a chill goes up your spine as you look at this person. Um, this would be what is akin to an inquisitorial unit for the Empire. They are. The Empire employs a few Force sensitives as Inquisitor units. They work directly under the Emperor and Darth Vader in general as cleanup crews, in a sense. They have enough autonomy that they can kind of go wherever they see fit. It's what they're wearing and kind of their disinterested look that catches you as like, that's an Inquisitor. And then the markings on their face kind of give it away as well, as they are. It's old script. It's essentially they were just markings that the Sith purebloods used to denote essentially their own level of power.
Mm. Hmm. They probably shouldn't be here. So I'm gonna sort of back away slowly. Try to return.
And as also I want to thank you for the donation. Calamity, you have an advantage to use whenever.
Yay! Thank you. But yeah, I'll tiptoe my way back to the group, hoping that they're maybe at least partially or at least halfway done.
I would say at this point you are maybe like 80% done with your rearming yourself properly.
Holsters. 20 minutes. This is just great. Holsters. I promise you, if you get the right ones, I'll help you pick them out. We got the credits, and I'll lift the box up. We can get you proper holsters that'll,
I sewed all of his little pockets into the inside of all my clothes, though. Do you know how long that took? Hours. I had to learn how to sew.
I just stand there, just blank faced, for like 6 seconds. I'm like, fair enough. I said, all right, let's get out of here. And I turn around. Where the hell did Tess go?
Oh,
I will say Thess wandering off is not uncommon. Kind of like oh dang it, where'd she go this time? I think at that point she kind of walks back in. Like kind of acting like, oh, I've been here the whole time, but then like they're looking at her, so she knows she's caught. Oh, hey, let's go, probably. If you're ready.
I turn over to Sable. Are you ready?
yes. Quick question for you two. Do you guys have comm links?
Yes.
Yeah,
Good. Just double checking.
that's a good thing to double check.
Actually, let me double check. I think I do. I should.
It's okay if you didn't. I brought spears just in case. That's why I'm asking.
So, I think I do. I do. Even if I don't, I do. Because you have spears.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Whether or not you do it, just say you do, and let's bounce on.
Let's go. Let's get out of here.
Got him.
Back to the ship. Let's go.
Back to the ship.
Oh, do we want to crack that lockbox and have a look at what's inside it? That was our payment, right? That's our advance. What do you want to?
In the ship.
In the ship? In the ship.
In the ship, yeah. I think
Uh,
that's a better idea.
Thank you for the donation. Lou, you also have advantage now.
We had to go to a warehouse or something. What do we have to go
Yes.
to pick up the thing? A warehouse? Okay.
Oh yeah, we gotta.
Yeah.
Can they
Right.
tell us where? Is it a map?
It's on the
data
data sheet. You can see the like a sort of city map of where the warehouse is, which is not far from the cantina. It's just weird. It's weirdly placed. It's not far from the cantina to the point where you're like, why didn't they just have them in there? But it or like have the item in there. But
Mm-hmm.
We could have just met them here. Like, I mean, whatever.
Can I look around and see if I see any more like droids that look like the other one?
give me another perception roll.
Is Steph gonna mention this at all?
She is. Yeah, she's waiting to like kind of get away from people.
All right.
First, she was gonna check and see. So that's plus 2, 15, 17.
You don't see other droids. What you do pick up is there's a sort of type of person that comes to these cantinas that you sort of just can recognize, like, okay, smuggler, bounty hunter, person that lives here, ganger. Imperial agents have a very hard time genuinely disguising themselves on this planet because it's very hard to not look like an Imperial agent. They're too clean, they talk too weird. There's a few here, and they're asking questions that you can kind of tell is bothering some of the regulars here, but there also are very like, we know how to not answer you because there's nothing the Empire can do to us that the Hutts won't do worse. But there's a couple here in the cantina.
I think then at that point, Thess will kind of lean in and say, you know how they mentioned the Empire was kind of really wanting whatever it is we're getting? They're already here looking for it.
That's great.
And they've got us on camera. They've got footage of us with the so the sooner we get away from public, the better.
Off to a
Yeah,
great start.
let's make ourselves pretty scarce before we draw any more attention.
This is gonna put on her goggles as if that helps.
Going to do the classic Star Wars move of putting my hood up because, as you know, in Star Wars, as soon as you put your hood up, unrecognizable.
I popped the collar on my duster. I don't have anything else. I don't have a hood, so I just popped the collar.
The goggles.
There's this little moment. I was doing wrong. There's my. I hide my dice
Why would you do that?
for reasons. Because my cat plays with them.
Ah, that makes sense.
Valid.
As you
Yeah,
all
they'll do that.
as you all do exit the cantina, there is a moment to where each of you kind of get the same like little feeling going up your back as if you're being looked at. A quick scan shows that it's probably just because you passed by that Inquisitor sitting at the bar itself. However, leaving the cantina, you do not appear to be followed.
Did you say that the Inquisitor was in the thing with us?
They're at the cantina. They're just sitting in like a back part of the bar.
Okay. Because I might have. Give me 2 seconds. I might have something I can. What am I looking for here? I bought an item because I thought it might be fun to use.
Always a reason to buy an item.
Now I have to find where I.
What am I looking for?
Um, don't worry about it.
Nice.
I can't figure out where I put it. It'll take me too long to find it. Let's move on.
That's
We'll
fair.
just move on.
That's fair. As you all begin to head over to where the warehouse is, like I said, it's not too far from the cantina, which, again, weird decision by the hut to just not have whatever this item is just with them. But questioning a hut's decision is not a... It's a poor way of having one's life end, is by questioning a hut's decision.
As we approach the warehouse, something I'd like to do, since we're
Yes.
aware that people are following us,
Yes.
I'm going to turn to my two colleagues and just go, you guys pop on ahead and grab the item. I'm going to make sure we're not being followed. And I'd like to make like a stealth check and just keep an eye to see if anyone comes up behind us to where we're going. So I'd like to hide and watch.
Go ahead and give me
the
a
path
stealth
behind
check
us.
and then a perception check directly after.
Cool. That's a 28 on the stealth check. And
You are hidden.
Hey, and here comes the bit where I'm not good at paying attention to stuff going on around me. A 7 on the perception check.
You have found a very good hiding spot. It's sort of just wedged between where some of the almost like a little makeshift alley that does get cut in half by another building that's been a little too large to really create an alleyway. You are very well hidden. It's looking out of it to see if anyone else is coming that you have a little more difficulty with, just because there's so many people walking around.
So over the comm link, I just go, I have the perfect spot. I can see everything. I can see everyone approaching. You guys are good.
For the other two, you see just leaning against the door to this warehouse is this massive pig-like alien who's just you see just munching on a huge like hunk of what would be considered style-like jerky, but you can see like a almost like a pig's trotter already just sticking out of the other end, just like looks over to the two of you.
Alright,
Holds up the data sheet. We're here to get the thing.
He turns and just like slams his hand to the side of the door. It partially opens. You hear this like clicking whirring as if it's trying to open again, and he smacks the door again.
Thanks.
Inside the warehouse itself, it is very cold. There is obviously some cooling element to the warehouse that's keeping whatever is in there fresh. You can see several boxes and crates that have different, in various languages, what appear to be different food labels placed upon it. Some of them are genuine, a lot of them aren't. Because you all are smugglers, you kind of know how the smugglers' tricks are. Some of these things that are labeled food are more so like, these are goods. There is a massive tank with what appears to be eels swimming around in it, which you know are a delicacy for certain huts. kind of just wandering through, you hear from one of these halls of items a little thudding sound and then a yelp.
That the
Or
thing.
the pistol.
Is that what we're doing? That's a route we're taking.
I don't know. That is just their automatic, like, there is danger, because they're not a fighter, so they want to seem threatening as possible as quickly as possible.
That's
Just in
fair.
case.
Okay.
But it's not like pointing it at anyone. It's like, hey, don't mess with me.
Yeah. All right, that works. Oh
You can tell her to put it away.
no, you keep.
It's instinct.
We-
You can tell
we
her to put
need-
it away.
We need the threatening aura. We
She's
need
not.
to be
She's
really.
not actually.
Yeah, I know. I figured. I caught that. Yeah.
There's the sound of metal sliding on metal as it appears that whatever had fallen, somebody's trying to put back onto where it had fallen and is not doing a very good job.
Hey, we're here for the thing. And I yell out as I guess we keep walking till we see someone.
Sort of rounding the corner, as you say, we're here for the thing. Rounding the corner to where the sound is, you see two things. The first that you see is a Miralian, which is a very green-skinned humanoid with what looks like a diamond pattern of about a row of little tattooed diamonds underneath their eyes. Just watching as you see a young human, maybe 8 or 9 by the looks of them, trying to shove a small, like about half their size, little metal container back onto the warehouse shelf and not doing a very good job of it. As Morelian looks at the boy and back to you all. Sorry about that. They weren't exactly subtle or expecting armed people.
Yeah. And I walk over and like with one finger I kind of push the the little box back up.
Ah,
Yeah. That's the data pad. Can we get the thing? Yeah. So we kind of want to be out of here.
We're here for the thing.
Penta, as the Morelian looks, like gestures over, and the kid looks over to the Morelian and back to you all, and then back to the Morelian. Just, the thing's right there. Gestures to the kid.
See,
Was
this
really
is why
hoping
I
it
wanted
wasn't.
to know. I
Yeah.
wanted to know because now we have to like rebalance the ship, and there's going to have to be like an extra bed or something, and thus just starts mumbling.
Doesn't need that.
Let's go. Let's go.
Um,
You got a day bag for the thing. You got food.
the Morelian
Baby's
reaches.
a diaper
change of
bag. What are you
clothes.
asking about?
Yeah.
Morelian reaches
Yeah.
behind where they had like stashed a few things and just picks up a small satchel and tosses it over.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Looks in. I look in. You got snacks. Change your clothes. All right. And then with a deep Negro spiritual sigh, let's go.
The boy, who apparently is named Renta, like looks back over him while he just
Renta.
Renta, Hrenta, Renta.
Renta.
Sorali just kind of closes their eyes, leans down. You'll be fine. You can looks back up at the two of you. Trust is a hard word. You can guarantee that they will get you to where you need to go.
We got a
Yeah.
lot of money, so we'll make sure you're gonna be
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
You're muted.
Very muted.
Coming over the comm link. Do we pick up the package yet?
Yeah. We
Yeah.
sure got it.
The diaper
What is
bag
it?
has
It's
been
like
acquired.
a diaper bag?
You'll see.
Why does the Empire want a diaper bag?
You'll see. You'll see. And then I guess we just while we walk out, can I just
Baby stormtrooper. Oh shit.
yeah, while we walk out to eventually somehow, be surprised by Sable, I would just want to look at this kid and see if I could determine why they're so important.
They are. Hmm. I will give you one of two options. You could either tell just by looking with a perception check, or I will have you do a lore check.
I have a -1 in lore, so I'm gonna just go with the perception
All right.
and see, and just should I take my chances with that lore? Nah. Ha! That is a 15.
They're small. They're thin. They obviously haven't been on this planet that long. Their clothes are baggy and kind of designed more for functionality as opposed to comfort. They're very twitchy and anxious as they're looking around, and there's almost this moment to where like they seem to feel something more than they see something, and they'll look to where that feeling happens. Um, as far as why the Empire would be looking for someone, there's a couple very varying reasons. One is it's a noble's kid that they're using as leverage. Um, there's another reason that would be very, very dangerous for all of you if it was the case, but hard to tell that at a glance. So there's a myriad of reasons. Not all of them are good for you.
I just take in all this information, and I just run through the list, and I'm like, and then I shake the box with the credits. I'm like, okay, and I guess we proceed outside.
Real quick, can I get a read on the other person that's in there?
Moralian?
Can I get, like,
Yes.
emotions read on them?
Give me an
Or
insight.
I
I guess what would be
get an
considered
advantage
insight.
to anything that determines emotions
Yeah, that is,
against
yeah.
humanoids and beasts. So that counts. Okay. Oh, thank goodness I have an advantage. That is a 17.
There is a sense of like a pitted sadness as they do this with the child, like the sort of
Mm.
don't want to have them go. Um, but there is also seemingly a connection of like it's a better decision. They are very emotionally detached, sort of as if they've like I'm letting go of this aspect of myself because it's easier, and something that they seem to be very used to doing.
The child is human, or
Yes, the child is a human.
all right.
A child.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess let's head out.
All right.
As the kid walks kind of between the two of you, very nervously trying to like keep directly in lockstep with both of you to not walk too far forward, too far behind. They're constantly glancing and looking around. There is a moment where as they step outside, they seem to have this sensory overload and sort of freeze in place.
I give the kid my goggles.
Oh. Just like look up and around, just like,
Here.
reach out, small hands, take the goggles. Feel the material of it. Thank you.
Just leaves. Or just keeps walking, doesn't say anything.
Over the comm link, Sable, yeah, we procured the package, making our way. Remind me, what was the name of the ship again? Forgot what we named it.
I didn't write that down. Sid, you also have advantage.
Oh, yes.
Thank you for the dono.
Oh, dang it, it's not in here.
I didn't write down the name of your guys' ship, which is my bad.
I thought I did. I swear I did.
Thought I did, but I don't see it.
Someone asked what it was, and then no one responded to them.
It
It was a good name too. It was a good
It
name.
was a really good name.
That's
Mad at myself.
Man, that's upsetting.
Damn.
What's the shit's name? I swear I said it. Damn. Yeah. Well, while we figure that out, yeah, over the comms, there's a Sable got the package, heading back to the ship now. I don't know if you want to get at it wherever you are and walk with us, or just meet us at the ship.
Yeah, I'll just meet you at the ship.
Cool.
You hear from behind you, and where would that ship be, by any chance?
From behind who?
You.
Me. Wait, me.
They,
Oh, no.
yeah, they rolled a nat 20 on their stealth check.
Okay, cool. I also have the alert feature, so I cannot be surprised.
They are not looking to surprise or attack. They are
Oh,
just.
good.
But it is the same tattooed human inquisitor that had been spying. Is just directly behind you, just like leaning against the wall.
I have a climb speed of 30 feet and an advantage on climbing on checks to climb. I'm just gonna run away by climbing up the wall.
They aren't going to do anything to attack, but they just see you climbing, and you see them just like reach up and place a hand against their ear, as if they are saying something.
Cool, I'm running. I'm calling in on the comm link. I'm up the wall, over the top, back down the other side, losing myself from the crowd as best I can on the comm link. We've got to get to the ship now and go. No messing around. We need to get off this planet right the fuck now.
Dang it.
All right.
How tall are 8-year-olds?
I just picked the kid up.
Ah,
We're gonna. Sorry, Harenta, but we gotta get a move on, and I don't think
okay.
your legs can keep up. And so yeah, I just pick him up. Hold on tight. and
you
kinda-
hear over the comm links that you have a little bit more of a slightly posh, more metallic voice. You all appear to sound distressed. Would you like me to start up the ship?
Please, Pep,
Please, yes.
start the ship. Pep, start the ship.
Will do. As all of you begin to run, each of you can hear the sounds of marching footsteps as it appears that whatever the alert was is starting to get the Imperials that were on here to follow after you all. I would say though, with the stealth check, they didn't necessarily know exactly where all of you were, other than the Inquisitor. So it's taking a bit for them to gather.
On that point, once I get a good distance from the Inquisitor, I do stop running because that is suspicious and I do not want to draw attention to myself.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
There is a moment to where you can hear the sound of the ship leaving hyperspace over the planet, a quick glance up shows that there is a very sleek, almost triangularly designed ship, which is essentially an interceptor style ship. Then you see it enter into the orbit above the planet and begins to start to head towards the spaceport slowly. The kid looking up sees that ship and goes wide-eyed. We need to go faster.
Yes. Yes.
Right, faster.
Where are we meeting this ship? Where is it in comparison to where we are?
If you all are moving at a pretty quick pace, the spaceport, you could get to the spaceport before that ship lands. It's leaving with that ship up there that might prove a problem because the ship could follow you. Could is the operative word.
Well, my advantages are all in piloting, so let's so we can at least do that. Yeah, we'll start heading straight. I'll just start heading towards the ship as fast as possible.
I will have you make rolls for chase because of the good stealth roll. I will say that seeing the ship, you already see that the engines are on and the ship is essentially just in a state of like, we could go. Standing at the walkway up to the ship, you see a almost spray painted black protocol droid with mismatched eyes, just standing waiting for the ship, for the rest of the crew to show up. I see that we have retrieved the package. It is
on the ship.
Oh, understood. And turns and begins to waddle its way back onto the ship.
I think about this point it's probably a good time for me to also turn up to the ship.
Yep.
And as I'm coming up, I go, "You've acquired a human of stunted growth, I see."
Renta.
Hello, small human. Where's the package?
Looking at
Even
it.
is the package. We gotta go.
Oh, we have to keep it alive, right?
I think so.
I think I'll just look.
Just checking. Okay. On the ship, let's go.
Let's go.
Can I make the same check that they made before now that I'm here looking at the kid? What was the option?
Perception or lore?
Or lore. I think my perception slightly better than my lore, so I will make a perception check. It will be 13.
Around the same thing that was previously given. Small, looking around very frantically, seems to feel something before they turn to look to where it is. That sensation is.
What does the Empire want with a small empath?
Think about it. Loads of reasons. None of them good. We need to leave.
Let's go.
It appears that the other ship is trying to hail us on the holocommunicator. Would you like me to access the holocommunication?
Nah, we're good. Let's go.
Understood.
Nope.
Oh.
This is already like in the pilot seat, like hooking up everything.
I
There's
hop
the,
on
Totally
I hop on a console. I hop on a console and try to see if I can mask the what do you call it? The identification for the ship.
I'd say that's already a pretty standard thing for a smuggler ship. But the ships.
I want to change it. I want to change.
Oh yeah,
Change it from what we came in on. So
I feel like that'd be
go through the records.
I feel like that'd be standard for it. Yeah, as its name sort of fades out and then fades into a different name entirely. the door starts to close. The kid's like face is pressed against the front window of the ship, just like looking up and out, like
Tiny human, strap in, or you're going to hurt yourself.
right. Rushes around to like find a small like a seat of any kind, and then just settles on grabbing hold of part of the wall.
I grab him and put him in a chair. Kind of like seatbelt him in. Seatbelt. Stay.
Okay. And as the ship begins to lift, there is this moment where as the ship is lifting and some of the troops appear, you see them readying blasters to shoot, and as they go to fire, Krunta's eyes look down to them, and you see him like lift his hands as if he's afraid of the blaster fire. There is a moment to where each of you in the ship feel a pressure, and there's this rippling effect on the outside of the ship, and you see each person's fingers on the triggers of the blaster freeze in place. Ship is still lifting. They just seem like
I'm not gonna even approach dealing with that right now.
I start shaking the crate with the credits, just to my ear, just.
As the ship begins to lift and starts to take off, I have a question. Protocol would dictate that hyper would not be a good idea to use on the planet.
Mm-hmm.
That's what protocol says.
Of course.
Your ship, having started, could jump.
Quick question about that.
Yes.
What are the consequences of hyperdrive in atmosphere?
Navigation? It
Mhm.
is easier to essentially like input a direct coordinate when you're not in atmosphere because atmospheric interference. That and there could potentially be damage to the planet or to the space station, essentially. Potentially.
Comlink, hey Thess, fuck this planet, we jumping.
We jumping.
As you slam the button and the ship stunts forward at a massive speed. You can't even hear the sound of the steel of the spaceport like ripping up as the ship moves too fast for the sound to catch up. It's only when the jump stops and you find yourselves in this empty expanse of space that the sound of the steel like crinkling can be heard.
Well, we can't come back here for a little while.
You all are currently safe at the moment.
Is there anything that I can do to the ship to make us more safe?
Let me look at the sheet. I would say that if you want, you could make a hide check, which I would just say just use your stealth roll, and then add a +3 to it.
Yeah, Sable, go ahead and activate the cloaking protocol.
You can use. I will say you can use piloting. I will allow you to use piloting if you want.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
That's a dirty 20.
You're able to activate the ship's not really cloaking, but essentially you're just putting it on like a reserve power to where it's currently just in a listless state to where it won't be detected if it's moving. The protocol droid that also acts as essentially another aspect of the ship itself kind of just bobs a little bit. The current hyperjump drive will be non-functional for, seems to like pause to calculate, about an hour or so.
Okay.
Yeah, I spin around. So that went well.
Can we have a look in the lockbox now?
God, I hope this chingling noise, this ching, whatever the noise is called, onomatopoeias. I hope it, is the right kind of noise. And I just open it up.
Inside, you see about 40,000 credits. And there's a note attached that is essentially just the note just states like 60% payment, 40% received upon pickup, the other 40% received upon pickup. Share amongst yourselves if you'd like.
Just start massaging my temples. I'm just under my breath. I'm just like, 40,000 reasons not to throw it in the airlock. 40,000 reasons not to throw it in the airlock.
You see the kid like looks down at the buckle it's been in, and then back out to the window, and then just like looking around.
I spin around in the chair from the little consoles. That I look at the kid, and then I look at Sable and Thess. Well, that went as good as it could have. Now we just have to make the trip with this little special person.
I'm Renta.
Yes, Lorenza, yeah. You are the aforementioned special person.
I don't
Want to
think
tell us why you're so special?
kind of like looks down a little.
Yeah, I think you done seen why he's so special. What form of human are they? Is Renta?
Just human, the race that is human.
He, she, they.
Little boy.
Right. Okay. I think you see why he's so special and sought after.
Why?
You didn't see the whole. Okay. You go ahead and you tell us why you're so special.
By like seems to think of how they were supposed to say this. They don't want to be called the thing that they're supposed to be called, but they said that I have I guess it's called the Force, I think. I can move things and feel things.
I lean over to Ollie and I go, I can also move and feel things. I touch them, and they.
Frenta raises his hand, and you see a small, like, which just looks like a little pile of misplaced nuts and bolts lifts off of the console in front of him and slowly floats over to his hand, which he grabs hold of. Which seemed like it took a lot of effort for him to do that, as he just kind of goes,
Damn it.
Yeah.
That's not good. That's bad for us.
Very. Yeah.
This is going to be a bit of lore that you all will not need to roll for because you would know. Two things. A, harboring a force sensitive, not good. Harboring a force sensitive tends to mean, at minimum, a lifetime of jail. At the best circumstance, if an Inquisitor doesn't find you, if just like an Imperial finds you, that just probably means jail and torture. If an Inquisitor finds you, it's normally death. Second aspect of it, Force sensitives are hunted. They are the best case scenario for any Force sensitive is if they are found, they are then trained by the Inquisition to become another Inquisitor. That's if they're lucky. Tends to be that they are viewed as a danger and are normally just exterminated.
Can someone just out of character? Can someone remind me what the protocol droid on our ship is called? Did we even?
The protocol droid, I have that. It's in our thing. Let me scroll up.
It is Peppo.
Yep, Peppo.
I'm gonna turn to Pippo and I'm just gonna say, Pippo, could you please take the small human and show them the place where we eat?
Certainly. Also, the comm link for the holo communication is not stopped. You're still trying to be hailed. As Peppo stands, unbuckles the child, and just gestures and begins to waddle their way over towards essentially the mess hall of the ship. Trenta follows kind of cautiously.
Okay.
Mhm.
Now that they can't hear us, um, we're what are the question becomes, who do we want to piss off more? The Hutts or the Empire?
Before that, can we see can we see who is hailing us? It's just a hailing
Oh,
frequency
yeah.
coming in.
You can check what the frequency is. You can't see necessarily like the direct person who's hailing,
Yeah,
but you can see if they have like a code for their stuff.
yeah. I want to.
Code wise, it is an imperial message.
Hmm. Hmm.
Of course it is.
Yeah, of course it is. Well, let's just send that to voicemail. We'll deal with that later. Yeah. Not sure. Neither.
Both bad options. Both bad options. But I
Very
don't
bad.
see an outcome where we don't piss off one of those two factions.
Oh no, we already pissed them off. We
Oh, for sure. If we deliver a force sensitive safely, we get paid, but
Yes.
then probably hunted for the rest of our lives by the Empire.
very
If we
very
give it
true.
to the Empire, we don't get paid, but then we also probably can't work on any planet that has a hut on it, which is like 95% of my livelihood.
And that's not really telling if the Imperials will just be like, oh, all right, you delivered this guy. All right, thank you. And let us be, because we already ran.
True. We might deliver them and they might go, thank you, now die.
That's what do you think?
Tess is like muttering and not allowed to herself. And like when asked, sort of stops and I think we go with what we know. That seems like the best course of action here. We have hold the data sheet. This. We got that.
I was gonna be wanted by the Empire eventually.
Aren't you already wanted by the Empire? Didn't this whole thing start because you were wanted by the Empire? Not this, but I mean like this.
a, a, a person of interest in a few 30 to 40 cases of piracy. A person of interest. You know, not necessarily wanted, but wanted for questioning.
Well, if things go south, We ditch the kid. We take the credits. We disappear.
Easier said than done, but I agree. Hard to disappear when the hut's after you. But
Well,
screw it. We're here for the adventure, aren't we? Let's make it. If it's gonna be the last ride, let's make it one hell of a ride. I shouldn't have said that out loud.
this is not going to be my last ride. And starts like flipping switches again.
Let's get to it.
The ship is, as you flip the switches, the ship switches from the listless mode to just genuinely moving. Not traveling in FTL will make the trip a little bit longer until the hyperjump is ready. Tatooine is a fair distance away from Nar Shaddaa in general. So currently speaking, a lot of this travel right now is just for the sake of getting closer to the place until the hyperjump is ready. Throughout this time, the message has not stopped, like flashing.
Is there some way that I can just like blacklist the frequency so that our system just goes, ignore this frequency. We're not taking messages from it. Like a block function.
It will consistently ignore until it will consistently ignore the message in general until you just choose to open it.
Oh, it says it's not a live frequency. It's just a message.
Yeah, it's not like a live frequency at the time.
Oh, okay. I thought it was live.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought the same thing. Okay.
No,
Yeah,
this is just a message.
I didn't want him to see who we were for sure.
It's essentially like trying to send a recording.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, I play it.
It's our voice.
Well,
our voice.
before we open that message, do I know if there's any way for someone to track us via a recorded message?
Via the recorded
Because
message,
there
no.
is if they comm us live. I know that.
Yes, if they comm you live, yes. Via recorded message, no.
Okay.
They sent it over essentially like, okay, you're on this frequency. This gets sent.
I'm gonna go get some popcorn. And then we could just sit and share some popcorn and watch the little movie we've been seeing.
Sounds good. Yeah.
Make sure the kid stays in there.
Yeah, let's get the kid out of here for this one. I give the kid a knife to play with.
They for a second like look at it and then realizing what it is, slowly like put it down in front of them like
This is the most boring kid I've ever seen.
Yeah, I picked the knife back up and I go, yeah, well, you know, when I was a child,
yeah,
that would have entertained me for hours. But
I know you've killed people with it.
I see him put down the knife, so I take out a blaster like this. Is any better?
Gently touches it, slowly pulls the hand back again. Like, there's a moment, though, as they touch each object where you see their eyes kind of, like, go hazy and then back to normal. And each time that happens, they'll pull their hand away from whatever they were touching.
Okay.
That's
you stay here.
That's will like go like sigh dramatically and go into like this little workstation that I think she has in like a corner, and she's gonna take like it's not anything. It's something she tried to build that didn't work, and like it's just a bunch of parts and pieces with like switches and stuff on it. It's basically a giant fidget toy, and she just gives that to the kid.
He seems a lot happier not holding onto a weapon as he kind of just does fidget with the item a bit.
All right, good.
And if we're going to listen to the message, I think once the message is over, we will go ahead and take our break. But as I'm going to assume that we're going to hit the button to listen to the message.
Yes.
Absolutely.
As soon as Sable gets back with the popcorn.
The consistent blue image of a holocron communication appears as I have to look up exactly how their name is said. As a Miraluka, a Miraluka woman wearing a almost like a shaped bone blindfold over their eyes, looks up at the screen. You see behind them what appear to be just two devices just like floating side to side. Hello. Who I am is irrelevant to you all. What you are holding on to is a very important item to the Empire. Very important. I am going to offer you all a single decision. Stop running. Send me your location. We will retrieve the item, and you will get out of here with your lives intact. If I have to chase you, if I have to find you, not even the Force itself would stop the galaxy from hearing your screams when I'm done with you. She has like a little half smile. Please make this fun for me. I've been very bored. And the message ends there. And with that, I think we are going to go ahead and take our break to get some refreshments, water, relax for about maybe about 10 minutes. And when we're back, we will continue with our story. And welcome back to the game, ladies and gentlemen. We have just finished the nicest call that the Empire can possibly give to a group of smugglers, politely requesting that they give their location to the small child so that they can bring them back to their parents. That's what I'm going to say. Currently speaking, your hyperdrive function is still not ready, but you are still heading towards Tatooine at a decent pace, to where if you weren't using faster than light travel, you could probably get to the next planet in, a couple years, because that's how planet travel works when you don't have FTL. Trenta is kind of still fiddling around with the little device.
I mean, she didn't say anything I wasn't expecting. So.
Very true. Very, very true.
Yeah, sounds pretty standard.
If anyone would like to give me a lore check off of the individual in question, feel free.
What?
Yeah, I'll do one.
Yeah, I got 6, so I don't know nothing about nothing.
Dirty 20.
There are 2 bits of information you can glean from that. Number 1, this is not an... Why are you talkative now?
They want to help. They want to help.
Cat, Kitty. 2 things. Number 1, this is not just an Inquisitor. This is a member of what is known by a lot of people as a member of the Dark Hand, which are the Vader's specific Force-sensitive hunters. They are employed whenever Vader's like, nope, I want this one found. They do not retain the names of Darth, as a lot of like Sith Lords get, as they aren't regarded as a Sith Lord. They are simply Force sensitives working for the Sith. The one in question goes by Varys. She is a bit infamous. As far as stories about her go, a lot of them are that she is a exceedingly ruthless member of the Dark Hand. Not a lot of people survive encounters with her, and those that do, she makes sure to permanently blind as a way to say, like, we've met they've met them.
Wonderful. Amazing. Great. Yay.
Yeah, I'm not sure I would do too well blind.
No. None of us would do too well blind. So we either outrun them, or the 1 in a million chance we end up meeting, we blind her. I'm not sure how that'll work, but hey, that's what I see happening.
Can we even fight someone like that?
I mean, I could fight. I don't know if I could fight. I don't. Yeah. Screw it. Yeah. Yeah, I could do it.
Y'all.
That's one day you're gonna have to put that blaster to use. You can't just carry it around and not do anything with it.
I can do plenty of other things. I'll leave the to y'all.
Fair. Very fair. All
Unless
right.
you want to drive the ship.
I can drive the ship. I can fly the ship. Not
Mhm.
as great, as you or Pep, but I could do it.
I can't fly the ship. Not a clue.
I can fly the ship if you even fly the ship. I can't say we're not gonna crash or hit things, but I can fly the ship for sure.
Oh, I can crash the ship. You need someone to crash the ship.
Please do not. No.
What's the plan? What are we up to? What's next? What are we doing?
Just carrying on with the mission, I think.
I feel like we should be ready for potential skirmish at touchdown.
I agree.
While we haven't given them our location, it doesn't mean they don't have it.
As Pep kind of lifts his head up a little bit. If we are being tracked and or followed, it would actually be more likely that they would attempt to fight us on the ship itself.
Well, that's good to know.
Okay.
Tatooine is a neutral ground for the Empire. They don't want to make problems with the Hutts. At least not immediate problems.
Yeah.
Oh. All right then. So as long as we're up here, we are less safe. How much time do we have on that hyper jump?
Hyperdrive charge is currently at 40%.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so much.
I wouldn't worry too much about us being tracked. There's like a little pause. Never mind. I would worry greatly about us being tracked.
What?
You said two things that are completely opposite.
It depends upon what is doing the tracking.
Are you trying to tell us that we're being tracked?
Potentially. By mechanical means, no. By mechanical means, it'd be an impossibility for them to track our ship. We did leave before they were able to send out anything to track us mechanically. However, if we are being traced by use of The you see the protocol droid like lift his hands. The Force. I would have no way of being able to discern that.
How how would that
Throw
even
right
work?
at it.
I do not know. The Force is an intangible thing, and doesn't really follow logical protocols. If I were to wager a guess, the person in question would probably be tracking us by the scent of fear. However, that works throughout the vastness of space.
Hmm.
First of all,
Looks at the kid.
you guys scared? I'm not scared. I'm more annoyed at the situation than scared. But you guys scared?
Renta like kind of raises his hand.
Put your hand down, Rento.
Okay.
Yeah. We know you're scared. All right. All right. You guys want to, play a game until because we can't really do anything else until back up and running with the hyperdrive. Pep, that you said it's about 40%.
Peptide currently at 47%.
Wonderful. All right, Hanta, I'm gonna teach you how to scam old people for money.
Okay.
Let's take our cards and I just teach them, find the lady.
Give
Follow
me,
the lady.
as you're teaching, I'm going to just say for fun, roll me an insight.
Insight is a insight. Where is it? Where are you? That's not bad. That's not bad. Hoobala. It is when you roll a 4. So that's a 5.
He latches onto the game really quick. A lot faster than you were anticipating, and kind of to the point that you're like, how's he winning?
The shit. All right. Let's try this one, and I just do it again.
The more you do this, I will say that if you're doing this consecutively, you will pick up on it anyways. You start to realize that he's latching onto the game probably because whatever he is feeling, he's detecting off of what you're feeling and playing against that.
I try to when I realize that, I try to throw him off by feeling the opposite of what's happening to confuse his little force motions.
I'm gonna make him do a roll.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do to this kid. He's either gonna be better for it or worse.
Hi, Midnight. Sorry, my cat decided that she wants to be on camera now. So as you are, as you play against like your emotions, he gets a very like concentrated look on his face, and then very concerned, as if he's like, I can't. And that's when you start to see him make mistakes.
Yeah, can't always rely on your powers. You gotta get your own, intuition how things work. And I'm probably gonna make him a smuggler, maybe. So yeah, just keep doing that. Yeah. Instincts. Can't just rely on the powers.
As that's happening, what are the other two doing?
This is a smuggler ship, so I'm probably the comment that we would probably end up fighting on the ship more so than on the ground. I'm going around making sure that all of the little like hiding spots that we have around the ship I can fit into, like clearing out all of the like storage so that I'm like moving all into one spot so that if I go like I'm gonna go hide in this little cubby hole here, I don't open it up and have like a bunch of boxes full on me and go. So I'm prepping the ship to make it easier to fight on.
That makes sense.
Pretty sure we'd have some hidey holes here and there, especially knowing the type Sable is through the air ducts, like John McClane.
This is going to kind of, as they're doing their own thing, like slip away into the to the cockpit
Mhm.
and like close the door and lock it. And she's going to make a call.
Yes. To who?
One of her former crewmates. Because she is, in fact, a space pirate.
Mhm.
She has a crew that she has sort of left, but she can kind of contact them still. Like they're on good terms.
It takes a couple minutes, but eventually you do see somebody pick up on the holocom. It is a hold on, I look up the name of what they are called. You. Species. Delete. You get a hold of a. God, what was he doing? An aqualish, which is a sort of amphibious species. They have a sort of like an insectoid like face bit. Just I was not anticipating a call. What can I do?
Got anyone near Tatooine?
Got a few people. Mostly they're on a business trip for the Jawas. Why?
If I send you some credits and a location, can you get them to discreetly meet us there? We have a situation that might go south.
What's the situation?
Let's just say I don't want to tell you too much. The more you know, the worse position you're in.
Well, that's terrifying and very vague. How many credits are we talking?
Oh gosh, math.
How dangerous is the situation?
Order of the hand dangerous.
I'm sorry?
Look, I don't need you to fight. I don't need you to.
No, that part wasn't in question. We weren't gonna do shit.
As a kid, if things go south, I just don't know who we're giving this kid to. And I don't know. It's just a kid. If things go south, take him away. Take him away. Make sure he gets smart kid and figure it out. I just.
You see his four sets of eyes like close in almost like irritation. Your bleeding heart's gonna get me killed. What are you getting paid?
40,000 divided by 3. Like I'm asking, I can't do math that quickly.
That would be around. It wouldn't be 12.
It would be what?
No, I'm thinking 4. Damn it.
Say 45 divided by 3?
40,000.
40,000 would be
40,000.
around 13, I think.
Yeah, it's 13-ish.
Yeah, 13.
If it was just for the kid, I would probably say it wouldn't cost much. But the fact that we're dealing with the hand here.
How does 7,000 sound?
7,000 I can do. What's so special about the kid that you want him to be alive?
He's a kid. There's a chance.
I can do with that much. I'll have to explain it to the crew, but I can probably, yeah, I can arrange that.
Thank you.
You're killing me here.
Not yet.
All right, I'll arrange it. Talk to me if anything changes.
Sounds good. I'll send you the location. Thank you.
Yeah, don't thank me yet. And the holocom hangs up.
I think she also took the popcorn or whatever space popcorn with her and is just eating it.
You all have an advantage.
Whoa.
Thank y'all for the dono. Chicken-oot.
Do those stack? Because I think I had one before.
I will say they stack. For the fun of it.
Wonderful. Yay. All right. So when the camera comes back in on what I'm doing, so
Yep.
I handed him like snacks, like
Mhm.
little candies, and now we're playing for realsies, and I'm just seeing how many candies we're betting. We're basically betting with candies. So yeah.
He's doing moderately okay. Like he's winning and losing. The thing that you are picking up on is that he's like mirroring your mannerisms the more that you play.
Yeah, he'll be a fine smuggler yet. And yeah, we're all playing, so yeah, I'm just telling him how to, just use your intuition. Don't rely on your powers; that'll get you in trouble. And I'm telling all this, and I'm just telling him, smuggler secrets, not like our secrets, but just like things that smugglers do. And you always got to get it out. I always know how you're getting in, how you're getting out. And I always know you're getting in, getting out. Know your exits, know who you can trust. What else? You gotta get you a mighty fine ship. You gotta get a great ship, good pilots, good crew. On the ship, you gotta get somewhere that you can tuck away a few things or two that if you ever get stopped by space cops, you can pass an inspection basically. And smuggle words, other hot topics of smugglers that I don't know.
He's nodding rapidly. Like everything that you're saying, he's like, "Yep, take that into my head. Keep that like locked away. This is all important stuff to him." You kind of get the sense that he doesn't really get the opportunity to talk to a lot of adults. So it's like, okay, they're telling me something important. Nod.
Try to hand him a blaster again. See this? You're gonna need one of these. And I'll just put it down.
As a question, is this one that you've used?
I think after seeing him deny the other used ones, I'll be like, you know what? I got something. And I get up, go over to a crate, open the crate, get a new one, and hand it to him.
His eyes do the hazy thing again as he takes it. And realizing that this hasn't been fired, he is a lot less reluctant to hold it and just kind of examines it in his hands.
So yeah, I give him a little holster. See, holsters, bandoliers, things to keep your weapons, streamlined, concise, somewhere that you can get to them. If you let Sable tell it, he just sticks them up everywhere.
He looks over to Sable and then looks back. Holsters are important because you can hide things and they're easier to pull stuff out of.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So I give him one of those those over those cop shoulder holsters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just give him one of those.
Which, by the way, will be made for a fully grown adult, so it's gonna be massive.
Yeah, it's very big on him. You kind of see him like as he like adjusts to where he's like trying to fit stuff.
All right, wait, hold on. And then I go grab one because space. There's all sorts of species. So I get one for Ewok.
Yeah.
This belonged to an Ewok buddy of mine. Here, and I'll just
He
put it on.
takes that one and he puts it on. As he has to like adjust his clothing to wear it, you can see a very small, what just looks like a hilt, very cylindrical looking hilt, peeks out of the side of the coat that he's wearing, which he takes and fits it onto the holster and then turns it so that it's hidden.
Now, just remember, when it comes to using the blaster, you always shoot first. If you shoot them in the leg, they'll never forget you. If you shoot them in the face, no one in the room will ever forget you.
And they probably won't remember you either because they'll be dead.
Okay. As Pep just nods for a moment, lifts their head. Oh. Hyperdrive functionality at 80%. Question: were we expecting company?
Okay. No,
Pep,
no, we're
Pep,
expecting company.
We weren't.
You
Pep,
know
we
this.
talked about this. We talked about this. You can't wait until the company gets here to ask if we were expecting company.
I wasn't aware that they were coming.
Wonderful.
Cool.
I go try to get on the bridge and the door is locked. Say, hey.
There is a sensation in the air that all of you can feel, as if there is a storm that is forming just in the ship. There's this static electricity feeling, but the worst bit is that it almost feels as if whatever is building is consuming the air.
Good. We need to go now. And I run to the cockpit and doors locked. I was like, hey.
I think that after like that, like hearing that and then feeling something weird happening, that's what will open it. What's going on?
Locking doors. Anyway, we need to go.
As a
Yeah,
thing,
we're going.
Thess,
We're on our way.
As a thing, Thess, this sensation is familiar to you. This eating of the air. There was a mission with a prior crew that you had, the pirate crew in question, where a rival ship reported feeling that same, like, the air is being eaten around us. Before that ship went silent, the captain of your ship at that time remarked that when they had scuttled that ship, they would have had to count the pieces left behind to determine how many people were on the ship.
Got it. How do I make the thingy go faster?
I always assume this information is relayed to us.
Not at first. I think that like she kind of gets this panicked look and says, "We've got to figure out how to get out of here and get away from a new company. Things are about to go real south real fast."
You hear, just from how close the ship goes, this as the same sleek interceptor, like, shunts into view directly beside your ship. Sitting on the outside of the interceptor, cross-legged, wearing a space, like a very enclosed suit with the same cylinders circling them, you can just see someone just head tilted waiting as the ship slowly pulls beside.
I beg your finest of pardons. They do what now?
They are sitting on the outside of their interceptor.
I thought that's what you said.
Is this the same person that we saw on the hollow thing?
They are wearing an enclosed suit, but you get the feeling that the items that are drifting behind them are the same items as you saw in the holocom.
Cute, love that for us.
Yeah, that's good. That's fun.
You want to put this bitch in drive and press gas? Let's go. We got to get up out of here.
As much as I can do. Can't really
Pep,
do
we
much.
need.
What
Yeah.
percent are we at?
Pip, how
Hyperdrive.
far away we?
Hyperdrive is
Yeah.
at 90%.
Oh gosh. Okay. Is there
Oh.
anything we can do to route more power to it?
I could
Faster or something?
there are two options that we could do. One of them you will not like.
Okay. Just tell me about both of them.
Option one is we could drain our life support system in order to fire the ship up. Unfortunately, this would also remove all oxygen in the air. I'm not sure how long the two organics can last without that.
Okay. And what's the second one?
Secondary option would probably result in the ship being unable to move directly after the hyperdrive functionality, which is to be overloading the ship's engines.
How close can we jump to planet? How close can we get?
We could get within orbit. Unfortunately, without the ship's navigational functions working, we would just be in orbit.
Can we gracefully fall into the planet?
I would not recommend the attempt of gracefully falling. Our ship is not known for grace. Also, a ship plummeting towards the planet of Tatooine would alert Tatooine's forces that a ship is falling onto the planet. They would most likely fire its defense cannons at the ship in order to prevent massive damage.
Well, okay, cool. I pull out one of my vibro blade and a pistol and say, "Well, this is either where we die or live on to become legends. Let's do something. I don't know.
If
I don't
we
know.
go into hyperdrive, how long are we going to be sitting ducks afterwards?
Potentially 30 minutes, give or take.
What?
Again,
How long will it take?
I could reroute the life support systems, and you
How
would just
long
have
would
to
it
hold
take?
your breath for 2 hours.
2 hours.
Yeah.
I mean, how long will it take us? How long is the jump going to last?
It can get you to Tatooine.
But how much time does it take to jump?
To
Like when we
charge
start jumping?
to
No,
charge
from
the
when we
jump,
start jumping to reaching Tatooine, what's the time frame there?
15 seconds, give or take.
How long would it take for us to get from orbit into atmosphere?
Without navigational controls,
Yeah.
30 minutes.
We got a lot of breath for
By the
30
time we hit
minutes.
the atmosphere, we would
can't-
ideally get our engines back. Right. Okay.
Hey, you gotta risk it for the biscuit. I think we should do
Risk
it. We
what?
need to
What are we doing?
our lives. We gotta go.
Well, which? Okay. Yeah.
I think we should.
You're right.
Yeah.
While you all are talking, there is a sound at the door, essentially like that airlock door to the ship,
Gosh.
as it's somebody has like essentially planted themselves against it and is just like knocking at it.
No one's home. Press the button. We need to go now.
Holy shit. Okay, let's go. And we'll do what she needs to do to reroute the power and go into hyperdrive faster. And
Are you
get
going to
out.
overload the engines or the life support?
Engines.
Oh, the engine.
Okay.
I grab Renta, put him in his seat, buckle him up, and take some tinfoil, put it over his head. Maybe. And then yeah, I wrap him up. I hope this works. I wrap him up and then yeah.
As you press the button and start to overload the engine, there is this sound of something cutting as you see a pair of red energy like lace into the sides of the door and starts to carve up. as the engine overloads and fires. The ship is moving. You still see the energy swords carving up the sides of the door.
Well, I can't see this. I'm driving.
Yeah, you are driving.
But-
Whoever is still in the essentially like the dining hall can see the blades carving up.
so, this is so bad.
I'm gonna hide
Correct.
because I do better from hidden.
Yeah, unbuckle Renta and say, I need you to find a little cubby hole. Go. And then correct me if I'm wrong. Vibroblades can, basically clash with lightsabers. Right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, they are the only bladed weapon that can effectively clash with a lightsaber.
Wonderful. Vibro weapons. Wonderful. So I put the pistol away. And then I take my vibroblade and I try to stop it from going up.
Yeah, as you do, and you feel like the blade clash against it. The hyperdrive is still going, and as the blade clashes, there is a jerking motion as the ship comes to a stop, just in orbit of Tatooine. The blade
29. Rolled a 29 on my high check.
Right, you are fully hidden in one of the cubby holes. "29 minutes and 57 as Pap starts counting down the time until the engines are back online. The door starts to push in violently as something is now forcing the door to essentially open up to where the two slits were carved.
Stop it.
Hey,
Hey,
give me a strength.
don't do that. Hey.
If you want to try to stop the force from pushing a door open, give me a strength check.
No. Don't do it.
I got a 9. I quickly abandoned that. I tried to stop it and realized it's not working. Hey.
As you just back up, the door just pushes open. As you see, the two lightsabers are not being held; they're quite literally just floating. As the person wearing the suit just walks on board the ship, arms crossed. Behind them, you see a third longer of these cylinders float up as two more blades pop out of the sides.
Do you think it was necessary to bring 4 of them? I think 2 was fine. 4 is a little bit overkill.
The helmet slides pops and slides open as you see the same Mira Miraluka just looks towards you with the same blindfolds. Technically, it's 3.
If you weren't trying to kill me, I would be really aroused right now. I just...
You have an option. Actually, now you have a different option. Do you want this to be easy or very easy? As she holds her hand out and one of the lightsabers comes into her hand.
Honestly,
you can get on your knees, and I can kill you simply and take that kid. Or you can fight back, and I have you be as a lesson. Please choose the second option.
honestly, I wasn't all that great in school. The lessons never kept. So, guess I gotta choose the second option.
Wonderful.
Yeah,
I'm going to use that moment to shoot her.
pull out a blaster.
All right, give me an attack roll, and then we will have everyone roll for initiative.
Uh, natural 20.
Nice. Go ahead and give me that damage.
I believe that is going to be 8d6.
8? Damn.
Sneak attack. Oh, I'm also
Yeah.
going to drop. So it's actually going to be 4d6 because I'm going to drop 2 of them to use a lethal strike.
Okay.
So 17 energy damage. And then the lethal strike I would like to use is going to come into effect on my next turn.
Mhm.
Where is it? Where have I put you? Oh, that's my equipment. This is my class features. I will be using priming attack. The target must make a dexterity, constitution, or wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, the next time I deal sneak attack, I'll roll an additional 4 sneak attack damage. I would like a constitution saving throw.
All right.
The DC is 15.
They do pass that, unfortunately, with a 16.
Damn it. That's fine.
Yes, the blaster fire hits, and you see it as it hits the armor. It leaves this singeing trail. The blaster fire does not actually pierce into the armor, but you see that it does make their arm like shoot back a bit, and they look down towards where they were hit and then back up. Like I said, roll me initiative.
Can I use one of my advantages on
You
initiative?
you absolutely may.
Yeah, I'm also gonna use one.
Ah, that's better.
Okay.
Fuck.
I got a 21.
I will also use one of mine on initiative.
23 for me.
I rolled a nat 1 the first time.
Oh, I rolled
I
a
also rolled a 23.
What is your dex score?
18.
19.
All right, so Sable is first, followed by Ollie, followed by Tess.
Excellent.
I
am
will
going...
say with the attack that you did, I will allow you to have a bonus action and a movement action if you would like.
Excellent. I'm going to use my bonus action to cunning action and hide again.
All right.
Not great. 15. And I think that's pretty much it for me.
Alrighty. Ollie, you're up. Thess, you are on deck.
I charge forward. And just make me 2 attacks. Gauntlet powers up as I power up the vibro knuckler, and then my vibro blade wings on him. So first attack with the blade, I guess, is a a 9 hit.
No. As
Okay.
the first attack swings and the double bladed saber comes down and blocks the first hit.
All right, so I do a little spin and try to come. Get blocked. I shift weight and try to do a little uppercut with the vibro knuckler, and that is a 23.
That does hit.
23 to hit. Well, I'm 24 actually. More. So that is 36. Did I put 6? 6.
As you as you come up with the knuckler, the double blade saber still holding against the vibro as it hits against the bottom of her jaw, and she does like take a jolting step back.
I want to, because I was so
You're good.
busy. Yeah, I wanted to make it a goading attack.
Alrighty.
So I think my 6. 6. She has to make a wisdom saving throw. A plus. Is it wisdom? I think it's so it's
12.
so it's 11. Yeah, 11 plus I think my wisdom. So fail. So she has disadvantage against attacks against anybody else aside from me.
Okay.
And then an additional 2 points of damage, so that's 8 total.
All right. Yeah, as that shot is hit and she staggers, you can't tell if she's looking to you, but there's this smile that forms on her face as she just wipes a bit of blood that has formed on her lip from where she bit down.
Beautiful. I think I have a bonus action, but my bonus is here. Section. uh, 2 attacks. Can I make an offhanded? Nah. Yeah, 2 attacks. And that is my turn.
All right.
Disadvantage against attacks against anyone except for me.
All right. Thess, you are up.
What's AC again? My brain is blanking. Okay. I'm gonna do well, that first Thess is gonna get out of the pilot the cockpit and go
Yeah.
into the dining hall. And I can still do stuff after that.
Yes.
Okay. Then I will do tactical advantage on because it says so basically this helps with AC. It gives +2 to AC. So I'm trying to figure out who would be best to give it to. Just not knowing the system very well. I'll give it to Sabo. So basically you gain +2 bonus to AC, advantage on dex saving throws, and gain an additional action for each turn.
Ooh, that actually will be very helpful.
Cool. And the action can be used to attack with one weapon only, dash, disengage, hide, or use an object. So yeah.
All right.
So she's gonna do that, and that's an action. So maybe after that she'll kind of duck behind something. She is scared.
As you go and duck behind, is that your turn?
Yes.
She's going to take a hold of the double-sided saber, holds it out, and as she opens her palm and it remains floating, it fires out of her hand, and she's going to attempt to use a saber throw as it's coming first directly towards Ollie.
Okay.
Does a hold on, this Does a 16 hit you?
That's
Okay.
glass. Small glass.
So I have to roll. Before I'm going to have roll damage, I'm going to keep going as the saber spins, and it is going to attempt to go after the other two as well. It will be rolled at disadvantage because of both the hiding and the fact that it's not the target.
Well, yeah. All right.
I'm going to assume that an 11 does not hit. 11 probably does not hit Sable.
It does not. No.
Okay, and then
What,
going.
do we roll?
No, it's this is just AC.
Oh.
I can't believe I rolled the same dice twice. Does a 15 hit Thess?
Yes, it does.
Okay. To roll D8. Oh my god. All right. So, Ollie, you take 8 damage. You take 8 energy damage. And Thess, you take 5 as the saber carves through the armor and then slices into where you're hiding and just barely nicks at your arm. As the saber just comes back into their hand, and then as a bonus action, they're going to swing the double-sided saber up against you, Ollie. And I'm going to use my own advantage.
Rude.
Wow. All right, that's going to miss because that's a nothing. That's a 10.
I smack it with the vibro knuckler. You're gonna have to do a little bit better than that. Why did I just taunt them? All right, sticking with it. Yeah.
You are up.
Who's up? Sable.
Sable, you are up.
Yeah, Sable's up.
Excellent. I have something called a skill exploit. While I am hidden, I have the aim exploit. I can make a stealth check versus a target's perception check, and if I succeed, I get a +10 to my attack roll. So I will make a stealth check. I roll a 25. So I have to beat a 25 perception.
Not winning this, I guarantee you, but let's find out. No, they're not winning that.
Excellent. So I roll a 34 to hit.
It's going to hit.
I'm going to use my lethality feature. So that becomes a critical hit.
Mhm.
I believe once a day I can make any attack I have sneak attack on a critical hit. It's going to be 8d6 for 39 energy damage.
I think
Yeah,
I'm right.
as this blasts into them, and you actually see them make a genuine noise, just like. All right.
I'm going to then hide again. Use my cunning action.
All right. And
I'm just gonna go, get off my ship. 19.
Ollie, you're up.
Um, Where's Thess in relation to everything that's going on here?
I guess I didn't really say. Probably like hiding behind the table.
Oh, okay, you're not close. All right, so that changes what I was gonna do. Um, So I'm gonna use my adaptive fighting to expend one use of my adaptive fighting to change my fighting style
Mhm.
from the snapshot to versatile style, and I'm gonna attack with the vibroblade again.
As you go for the swing, there is this sensation again of the air like almost eating around you as she's going to use Denounce. Give me a charisma saving throw.
That's fun. That's great. That's wonderful. And that fell off the table. To a 15 plus 1, 16.
16.
Yes.
Let me see what your thing is. You just barely succeeded that.
Cool. So I'm gonna attack.
All right.
Ooh. And then, all right. So that's a 3 plus 5, 8. So good thing I changed it up. When I miss with my melee weapon attack on my turn, while wielding a versatile weapon which proficient in one hand, I'm gonna use my bonus action to an attempt to trip her.
Okay.
All right, yeah, I just want to trip. So what's that roll?
That'd be a. It is technically an attack. I will probably say, if you want, you can go make this as an athletics check.
Okay. 18 plus 5, 23.
Okay, she's going to attempt to avoid that with an acrobatics check, which she will not do with that roll. As I have a question. Are you trying to get her to fall to the ground or to trip out of the ship?
Oh, the door's open, isn't it?
She sliced through the door.
Oh yeah, tripped. I want to. Okay, now that you say that, I forgot the door's open. So yeah, I'll trip towards the door.
Okay, as I say, she did fail the roll. As she begins to take a few steps back, she grabs a hold of the two sabers that were floating, and as she unsheathes them, she stabs them into the ground of the ship. She's still like falling out, but the sabers are keeping her in place.
Cool. So I'm a punch her with the vibro knuckler, and this is gonna be a pushing attack.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna use my advantage on this one.
All right.
16 plus 5, 21.
Let's break through the armor. As you reel back and slam your fist down, the sabers carve through the metal of the bottom of the ship as she begins to slide back and she starts to fall backwards through the atmosphere. There's still this smile on her face as she resheathes the blade and the helmet recloses. She simply crosses her arms and allows herself to continue to fall.
6 plus 6, so that'll be 12 damage that she takes.
As she takes it, starts to fall, begins to float backwards. As she begins to fade like slowly out of the viewpoints of the ship. You see her reach her hand down as some of the debris that floats around Tatooine begins to curl underneath her as she catches her footing, but she's still falling. She's just watching the ship with as you can tell, like still smiling underneath the helmet, just drifting slowly through atmosphere.
I use my bonus action, right?
Yes.
Okay, because I was going to throw bombs after this one.
I will say that this will end initiative count, as even with a forced jump, she wouldn't be able to get back onto the ship.
Well, that was fun.
Where's the kid?
I'm here.
Yep, there he is.
Can we do anything about the door?
I can try to, you know.
You almost passed out, moving around some nuts and bolts.
Mm-hmm.
I'll whisper like, you can try if you want to. If it's gonna like hurt, then don't. But if you think you could do it,
I mean, I don't know. It doesn't like hurt. It just exhausts me.
well,
I get tired.
you can nap. Just go ahead.
Okay. I'm gonna do a roll to see if he can. A bit of the metal like barely moves,
Oh my god.
and he just. Okay, I can't. I rolled a nat once.
I think he just passes out. Oh,
Yeah, he just no.
Oh.
That's I broke him. I broke him. So yeah, I pick him up.
Fess, you get a comm communication. It is from the pirate that you were contacting her.
Oh, okay. Yay. What's up? Yeah. What's up? What do you need? What is it?
So got the guys. They're ready to collect the kid if you need. Are you the ship that's just floating there in atmosphere?
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Okay. Well, I have a. I can send somebody to go and collect the kid. We need.
The kid passed out, right? I can't really ask.
Yeah,
him.
he's
He knows
out.
where we're taking him.
Yeah.
Do I have any information
Yeah,
from
Ollie
the
just
data
walks
sheet?
in. Was holding.
The data sheet simply says that like the person that will collect them will be on planet. It doesn't describe what they look like, just that they will collect the package. They'll know the package. They'll know what the package is.
Question:
Yes.
does the ship have like guns? Like,
Yeah, it is. It is a smuggler ship. It does have weaponry, not nearly to the advancement of like a fighter, but it has weapons.
Hey, can we shoot her while she's falling into space?
Yeah, go for it.
I will
Okay.
give a warning. She's falling into the atmosphere of Tatooine. Aiming the weapons down, it might hit her. You're aiming down
At Tatooine.
to Tatooine. An
So,
object in motion will stay in motion.
Yeah.
so you see Ollie hop in the seat. All right, hop in the seat. Aim everything, get the aim down and turn the guns. And you're like, wait a minute. This might not be a good idea. Probably.
Still over the communication you hear. Because we have our guys to get him, and then we also have someone that said that they may, that we might be looking for the same thing.
Someone.
Some old dude. I don't know. He's cryptic.
Okay. So we're kind of sitting ducks right now for the next. How much longer are we sitting ducks for?
25 minutes and 38. 37.
This is
36.
only 5 minutes. That fight felt way longer than that.
Come get us. Someone needs to save the ship. It can be whoever, but
We'll
Yeah,
send it. We'll send a ship that can pull it, and also the old guy.
thanks.
Just have our creds ready.
I will.
It doesn't take long as the ship is going to arrive. The kid's still like sleeping kind of peacefully.
Hey, this is coming out of your share, right?
Yes.
Cool. Anyways, I'm gonna go check on the door and all the other, systems. Sable, you all right?
Yep, I'm just gonna stay in this hole for a little bit.
Okay, all right. As there's a big, burning scar across Ollie's chest.
As the you definitely can tell it's a pirate ship as it looks cobbled together more than it does like a regular ship. Comes into view beside your guys' ship and docks next to it and starts to attach things to it to get it to move. First few people to walk out, you can see an assortment of your old crew. Some a little bit older than others. What joins them also is someone that you all do not recognize. A very slimly built man with a bit of a scruffier beard follows alongside. Under their own like hooded cloak, you see them wearing what looks like old, very old style armor with a blue pattern on the edges of the armor itself. This stuff looks like separatist war old. Right. I believe that you actually have what I was here to look for.
And what may that be?
A force sensitive by the name of Frenta.
Can I get an insight check on him?
Yeah, I kind of like grab him. Like, I don't think you should be saying all that.
No, you may absolutely insight check this man. He gives a very, like, calm smile.
Oh, that's a nat 20, so that's a 22.
He is jovial. He's not as detached as the other one. There's almost this, like... He's cryptic, but he's cryptic only because he's been through quite a bit and is just trying to do what he thinks is right. I promise you, if anything, I can at least make sure that he is safe here, as opposed to anywhere else.
What are you gonna do?
Fine, I've found somewhere that I can keep him away from prying eyes while I make sure that his powers are trained in a better fashion. There are very few of them left that are not corrupted. I want to make sure that they're fine. Fixing mistakes, I suppose.
All right. What do you think, Vess?
Sounds good to me.
Right.
I think as long as we get paid, I don't mind who takes the
Where's
kid.
the rest of our money?
That's
Your credits. One moment, and you see him like look through his like the cloak. And he reaches in, he pulls out which is just like a small sheath of, as he takes it free and like wriggles it, and you can hear more credits like slacking around in there. This should be the remainder of the payment.
I grab it, put it up to my ear, shake it.
Mhm.
All right. And so I go and grab Renta. I'm assuming he's still passed out, so I just
He's
grab him and
definitely
just
still
walk him out like some luggage. Here. I kind of like I hand him over, then I'm like, I bring him back, and I was like, hey, wake up. Time to go.
Oh,
All right, so I set him down. Like, all right, still got the blaster.
Uh-huh.
All right. You saw tucked away in there. Cool. All right. Nice.
Remember who to
Uh,
trust. Always know where escapes are. Um, uh, Shooting them in the leg is for making sure that they remember you. Shooting them in the face is for making sure that other people remember you.
Yeah, I think you got it. I think you got it.
You see the older man just like watching this, just oh, we've taught them well already. I see.
Yep. And remember, don't always rely on your powers. Trust your instincts. Use your gut.
Lessons that I can remember being taught by somebody that I was near. As you see him look down to Renta. You ready to go? Renta gives a sort of frightened nod. Thank you again, all of you. I know this was troubling.
Someone's still looking for him who's alive, and they're not fun.
And they're close by.
I can more than easily take care of an untrained warrior.
That was an untrained warrior?
Not in the ways that I know of, anyway. And as you see them stand, you do see as the cloak billows to the side, there is a lightsaber at their hip.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
That's great. That's good.
Hey, where can I get one of those?
He kind of takes a moment to pause. There's a few ruins. I'm sure that you can find one or two of these important relics.
Great. Sounds great. I think that might be one of our next stops. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. What you guys think?
I think that's a really good way to get shot at by the Empire again.
I think we're gonna get shot at by the Empire regardless.
May the Force be with you all. As he turns and begins to guide Renta back onto the pirate's ship. You look like you want to question something. No.
Do we know who this old dude is?
I got paid.
I'm not-
The kid's off the ship. I'm not
You want
asking
it?
questions.
If you want to know, you can give me a lore check. I mean,
-1, baby. Let's get it. That's 2.
Oh, lore.
That's a 2. I stand there and ponder like I remember something, and then the thought escapes.
That's a natural one. Sable just is not worried about it whatsoever.
I thought I did, but I don't.
all right. Well, what was your roll?
Got a 17.
So two of you don't know. Armor is from the Separatist era. How he talks is Old Republic speak. You don't know a lot of Old Republic Jedi, like by name. But it's the lightsaber that catches you. It's very simply designed. And the simplicity of it is what draws you into like old stories. Simply designed lightsabers were used by guardians. They were essentially more so diplomatic than actual fighters. So their sabers didn't have anything special to them. As far as you know, the Empire is looking for one Jedi. Potentially. That's the Jedi that they're talking about, which you're trying to place the name. And just as you place the name, the door to the ship closes as Obi-Wan Ben Kenobi takes Rentha onto the ship.
What a weird old dude.
Yeah, hopefully we never hear from him again.
Anyway, we got credits. Shaker, shaker, shaker. Let's go get a drink. You think that Inquisitor's gonna follow us, forever?
I mean, we don't have what she wants anymore, so.
Yeah, I think we'll be fine.
I punched her in the face.
I did shoot her a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
Just a little bit. Plenty of people have shot me, and I don't hold grudges against them, so...
I hold grudges
Leave and
against
live.
everybody.
I mean, most of them are dead. That's a very good point.
Yeah.
We'll go tow your ship back to planet so you can fix the door.
Yeah,
That's
that'd be
alright.
great.
Yeah.
I thought that was already happening while all this was happening, but
We cannot do that in orbit. No, that's a terrible idea.
No, I thought you sent another ship. That's what I mean.
No, we'll pull it down.
Yeah.
We have the ship here and everything. Plus we owe gestures over.
Yeah, so I open a little canister, grab like a handful of credits, and I'm like, here. Just drop it in his hand.
Thanks. This will suffice. And as the ship begins to pull yours down to planet side, the camera's just going to cut over to the still falling bit of rubble as the Inquisitor just places a hand against the side of the helmet. Targets escaped. Changing mission parameters. I think I've found a bit more fun playthings. And with that, we are going to end for tonight's session. I'm sorry for such a slightly quick game. Thank you all for coming and joining us, donating, and having a good time as we all did on this session. We're going to say who we are, what else we do, where you can find us. Let's go with Calamity first, because you went last time.
Okay. Well, I'm Calamity. You can find me all over the internet as Hey Calamity with 3 Ys at the end, except here on Twitch, 2 Ys at the end. I do all kinds of stuff in the tabletop space, from performance to production to dramaturgy. And I also help run a little group called Telltale Hearts, which likes to promote diverse content in this space. We have been on hiatus for a hot second, but that is ending here soon. So keep an eye out, and just keep an eye out on socials for just any upcoming stuff I do.
Sundance.
Hello, I am Sid. You can find me on the interwebs just about everywhere at _Sundance Sid. And I was playing Alamark Prezar, your Deveronian fighter, and I punched an Inquisitor in the face. Probably should've. I was thinking that we were more in space, so if I, pushed her off the ship, she'd just be floating in space. I forgot we were in orbit. Probably should have kept her on the ship and tried to, dispatch of that bad guy. But hey, that's what makes for great sequels. Concurrent antagonists. So yeah.
Lou.
Hi, I'm Lou. I'm Faefriend Lou on Fae, Fae. On Twitter. I'm not in anything else at the moment. I sort of just kind of pop in and out of these when I have the time. But always, I played Sable Crew and I had a lot of fun.
And I'm Javante. I was your DM for the evening. Stuff you can find me at. My Twitter is mostly where you can find me, which is at Javante, Jhebaunte. Stuff that I'm doing, you can catch me tomorrow on Pluto Cleric's Twitch, where I play the Pink Ranger and the Fairy Arcana Force Power Rangers game for our finale episode. And then you can catch me on my Twitch, which is twitch.tv/Eclipse613 on Thursday, where the first episode of Set Sail, a One Piece D&D game, is running, where I DM it. Our crew is assembled and ready to go. I'm very, very excited to run this long-form campaign. I'm all over the place sometimes on Wanderer's Haven, so you can find me here if I'm not on either of those sides as well, and just talking random nerd stuff. Thank you all for coming in so very much. Thank you to my wonderful cast for being a part of this game. Thank you to Jeremy for being my tech gremlin and make sure that everything runs smoothly. I love you all. Hope to see you all again soon. Have a good night, everyone.